Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk About Sleep. Here's the book, Let's Talk About Sleep. The Amazon link to this book is in the description box down below if you're interested. If you like this video, please click like. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share it with your family and friends. And as I always say, these videos are for educational purposes only. So, today's video is based on an article I was interviewed in by this magazine called Well and Good, this online magazine. They asked me a very interesting question about sleep inertia. Now, what is that? That's something you don't hear quite often, but basically it's what it sounds like. So, in physics, we know inertia, right, is basically this concept that a body at rest will remain at rest, a body in motion will remain at motion, right? I think Newton maybe said that. But sleep inertia is basically the same process, which is this. If a brain is in deep sleep and gets woken up out of that, it wants to go back to that deep sleep. Everybody has experienced this. So the classic example is if somebody takes like a 2-hour nap in the afternoon, right? They're maybe were out late the night before, they didn't get a great night of sleep, so on a Saturday they sleep in for 2 hours. Waking up out of that nap may actually feel worse than when they went to bed. Okay, so they took a nap, they think they're going to wake up refreshed, but in fact, they wake up more tired. All right. The reason for that is a few things. One is when you take a nap that long, okay, so we'll just use a nap example first. When you take a nap that long, your brain, to try to, make up for what it lost the night before, will spend extra time in deep sleep. So you can watch my videos on the non-REM stages of sleep. So non-REM stage 3 or delta wave sleep, N like Nancy 3, that's the very, very deepest stage of sleep, and that's very, very difficult to wake up from. Okay. Normally, what happens is we spend the first half of our night in this non-REM stage 3, and not so much in the second half. Nature has decided that it's good for us to have this in the first half of the night because when we wake up in the morning, we don't have that clouding our brain. When you take a 2-hour nap, though, especially if you were sleep deprived the night or nights before, your brain is getting extra that delta wave or non-REM stage 3 sleep, and waking out of that is very, very difficult. So you get what's called sleep inertia, which is basically you wake up after 2 hours nap. The only thing you want to do is go back to sleep. Okay? The same concept is present if you, let's say, are chronically sleep deprived, right? Let's say you're somebody who needs 8 hours of sleep a night. The average person needs between 7 to 9 hours, so that's a common example. Let's say you're somebody who needs 8 hours of sleep per night, but because of work and whatever else, you're only getting 6, all right? Then on the weekends, you decide to sleep in, all right? So you think, all right, I'll sleep in an extra hour or two, and I'll wake up feeling better, and all of my sleep deprivation will be eliminated. It doesn't work that way. The same idea. So when you get extra sleep after being sleep deprived, again, your brain kind of goes into this deeper sleep to try to make up for it. And normally, that non-REM stage 3, that delta wave sleep, that tends to be in the first half of the night. When you're sleep deprived and try to make up for it, you're going to get more in the second half of the night. So much so that you may wake up out of that, which, as we know, leads to sleep inertia. Okay? So that's usually where it comes from. It usually comes from either a long nap or sleep deprivation or a combination of both. All right? There are other causes where somebody may wake up not refreshed. So sleep apnea is an example, narcolepsy is an example. But those are more consistent. Sleep inertia is more when kind of there are circumstances which cause it. The last thing I would probably mention here is this whole notion of snoozing, right? So you wake up, your alarm goes off, you snooze, it wakes you up 10 minutes later, you may snooze again, right? And when this whole notion of going back to sleep occurs, serotonin gets released in the brain, and it feels good. It feels good to go back to sleep. The problem, though, is that when you finally do wake up, you may have some sleep inertia because your brain is not an on-off switch, right? So it's not like, okay, I'm asleep, now I'm awake, and that's it. The process of going to sleep and then waking up and going to sleep, it's a neurochemical cascade, let's say, and it's not simply on-off. So when you kind of wake up, then go back to sleep, wake up, then go back to sleep, the brain literally is confused, okay? And that sleep inertia can carry through when you're awake, even up to the first hour or two of you being awake. So it's better to just set your alarm as late as you can and wake up then. All right? So with that being said, we'll close this video out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll send a lucky viewer a signed copy of that. If you have any questions or comments about this video or any of my other videos, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer everyone in a monthly question and answer type video. Okay? And until next time, sleep well.